Questions, okay? What you're going to be asked to do is this: divide 556 grams in the ratio 1 is to 2/3 is to 1/2. Now the problem here is the fractions. To get rid of fractions, here's what we're going to do. We look at the two fractions, 3 and 2. We keep, what is their lowest common denominator between two of them? 6. Just count up in 2's and count up in 3's until you get a number that works for both. It's 6. Once you find this lowest common denominator, multiply everything here by 6. What's 6 times 1? 6. 6 times 2/3? 4. Just use the calculator. 6 times 2/3 is 4. And then 6 times 1/2? 3. This is your ratio. 6 is to 4 is to 3. Add all three ratios together and what you get? 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 3, 13. So that's going to be 6 out of 13, 4 out of 13, and 3 out of 13. Finally, this 13 is what's called the number of parts. It's called 13 parts, okay? The first one is 6 over 13, 4 over 13, 3 over 13. What you need to do now is you need to divide 546 by 13 and tell me what you get.
42.
Sorry? 42. So look guys, 1/13 equals 42. What you next have to find out is what is 6/13. 42 multiplied by 6 is 252 grams. The next one is going to be multiplied by 4 is 168 grams. And finally, the last one's going to be multiplied by 3, which is 126. Okay guys, bottom line for fractions is multiply the fractions by the lowest common denominator. This gets rid of the fractions. Then once you have a normal ratio, add all three numbers together to find out how many parts they're divided up into. And then you can then find out what 6/13 is, 4/13, 3/13. Very easy. Okay? Moving on. Number 19. Lads. P, Q and R are shared in the following ratio. 2 is to 4 is to 5. Step 1. Add all three ratios together and what do we get? 11. So it's going to be 2 11s for P, 4 11s for Q, and 5 11s for R. Now what it says is Q share is 60. 2 11s equals 60. So what would 1 11 be? 1 11 would be 30, because you're dividing by 2. Now what it asks us to do is asks us to find out what is P's share. P's share is, oh sorry I got that wrong, sorry, it's Q's share. Q's share is 60, so excuse me. That's 4 11s. Excuse me, 4 11s is 60. So you're going to divide by 4. So that means that 1 11th is 15. Now I want you to find out P's share. So what's P's share? 2 out of 11, which is going to be twice 1 11th, which is going to be 30. Okay, lads, after that, what's going to happen next is it wants me to find out the total money. If 1 11th is 15, what's the total money? 11 11ths. The total fraction, 100%. So it's €165. Okay? Sorry? 1 11th is 15. So you have to find out what 11th 11th is. 11 11ths is the total money, so you multiply by 11. 15 multiplied by 11 is 165. Alright guys, moving on. Lads, 23 is something different, right? The reason why 23 is so different is it has a letter in it. But you're to treat the letter the same as the number. You add them together to get the total number of parts. So 3 plus K is the total number of parts. This means that the ratio of A is 3 divided by 3 plus K. The ratio of B is, it's going to be K divided by 3 plus K. Now if you're confused by this, it's the same thing as if K was 4. If K was 4, If you add them together, you'd get 7. The first one would be 3 over 7, and the second would be 4 over 7. You're actually doing the same thing. But unfortunately for us, it's not 7, it's the letter K. So it's not 4, it's the letter K. Now it says A receives €135. This means that 3 divided by 3 plus K, okay? When you multiply that fraction by 360, the answer is 135. So what we're going to do here is we're first going to multiply 3 by 360 and we get 1080. 1080 divided by 3 plus K equals 135. What we can do next is we can cross multiply. Would you like me to go over the last step again? No. Okay. Cross multiply. And what we get here is, check. We get 1080 equals 3 multiplied by 35 is 405. And that's going to be 135k. Now, bring over the 405 over the other side and take it away from 1080. What do you get? I think it's going to be 675 divided by 135k. Now finally, divide 675 by 135. And what do we get here? K equals 5. So that's our answer. K equals 5. Alright guys.